It's Friday, April 21st, 2017. I'm your host, Sarah Mantle. We have a great show in store for you today. Up first is our Arts and Culture segment. This week, we're going to learn all about the upcoming Hyannis Open Streets event. Sandy Neck Beach is hosting a spring cleanup. We'll find out more about that with Natural Resource Officer Sean Cordes. And then we'll chat with Recreation Director Patty Machado. She's going to tell us about some great spring activities for kids. All of that on this episode of Barnstable Today. But first, let's go ahead and get a look at today's top headlines. The town of Barnstable is offering artists a very unique opportunity on Sandy Neck Beach. Local artists have the chance to unplug and spend some time on Sandy Neck Beach. The town of Barnstable and the Cape Cod Art Association are offering day excursions to the house at the halfway point on Sandy Neck Beach. The house was donated to the town of Barnstable in the 70s for educational purposes.
Now we rehabbed the structure and now we're using it for nonprofit groups to come out here and use it as a base for either educational purposes. Certainly environmental education is a really great use of it. And then these artist groups have been coming out for a number of years now. So it's sort of morphed into, I think it's always maintained the use requirement when it was initially given to the town. It's always had a really productive and constructive use. It's just sort of morphed into this new place, and it's beautiful. It's wonderful. People love it coming out here. I hear about it for years and years after they come out and enjoy this place.
I was just talking to someone earlier, and they were saying their photographs aren't even capturing what it is that we're looking at. The colors just are amazing to stand here. And I always find that when I paint on location, when I'm working on the painting, I'm trying to bring in what I'm actually feeling and seeing. So it's not necessarily to capture it as a photographic image, but to be able to, put a little bit of myself into it. And I think if you're standing in the location as opposed to looking at a photograph, you're just one step closer to it. It's just, it's a wonderful feeling.
You can learn more and download an application by visiting artsbarnstable.com or contacting Arts and Culture Coordinator Melissa Hirsch. Excursions are scheduled in May, September, and October of this year. Managers of the Speedway on Ocean Street will be before the licensing authority next week. The gas station was forced to close after its gas tanks failed. Now, store owners are hoping they will be allowed to sell the liquor license to another operator. The licensing authority meets Monday morning at 9:30 in the Town Hall hearing room. Well, up next, we'll chat with Greater Hyannis Civic Association President Deb Crow and Redfish Bluefish owner Jane Walsh. They're going to tell us all about the upcoming Hyannis Open Streets event. Well, thank you both so much for joining me today. Very excited to talk about Hyannis Open Streets. It was such a success last year. So many residents came out to enjoy Hyannis Open Streets that you guys are back at it again. We're going to have another Hyannis Open Streets this month. Why do you think it was such a success, and why do you really want to continue this great event?
I think it was a huge success because people are really looking for community connections, and it was a beautiful day, and I think people just wanted to come out and meet with their neighbors and socialize.
Yeah, it really did feel like the community getting back together, and the streets were filled. Lots of people walking dogs, strollers, bicycles. The street is closed down. Why is it so important to close the street for Hyannis Open Streets?
I think it's important that the community feels they own the street and it is theirs. But it also provides an opportunity for a lot of things to happen that wouldn't. There was a woman in a motorized wheelchair moving herself up and down Main Street. The pedicabs were saying, my goodness, this is the first time I've ever been able to go the other way. So it's just a way, and I think the big thing, as Jane said, is community, though. There were people who really hadn't seen each other maybe since they graduated from high school. And so they were all out there together, and it is targeted to all generations. So there is no specific age group.
Yeah, and it was just such fun to get out. We're crossing our fingers that we're going to have another beautiful day like today, like we did last year. How have the business owners on Main Street responded to the event?
Most of them have been really positive, reached out to me, in fact, and said, we had a great day, thank you. We put out a survey, and those that replied, overwhelmingly positive.
It must be a draw when you have so many people coming to Main Street to enjoy the day. You have to think that these businesses are going to make more money, have more customers, have more introductions for their business. So it's a win-win for the community as well as for the business owner.
I think also, too, one of the things we found is that some businesses that weren't as excited about it when we first did it have come back and said, my goodness, this was just wonderful, and I can't believe what it did. So I don't know all the businesses were excited when we first started, but I think we have probably the majority of the street excited about these now.
Wonderful. I want to talk about some of the things. If someone maybe didn't get to go to Hyannis Open Streets last year, they're kind of wondering what it's going to be like. Of course, we mentioned that the street closes down for a little portion of the day.
12 to 5.
What kind of activities can they expect? And is it a great family event?
I think for the family, it's absolutely fantastic because we dedicate the whole village green to a kids zone. And again, it's all free, which makes it very family friendly. But some disco bands. Jane, you have the whole list.
Yeah, so we try to get things that are interactive so that we want to kind of incorporate physical fitness as well. So we encourage people to bring bicycles, bring their walking shoes, skateboards, roller skates, jogging shoes, dancing shoes. So we've got Jonathan Thompson down in the West End with his friend DJ Angel, and he plays great dance music, and he usually leads the crowd in helping them learn new dance steps. And then we've got Jesse Decker from Cape Fit Hoops, who's going to do some demonstrations, teaching people how to use hula hoops for fun and physical fitness. The Barnstable Rec Department is bringing down a couple of basketball coaches so that the kids can play basketball. They're also there's a lot of face painters, so there will be no waiting in line to get your kids' face painted, and it's all free. We've got carnival games from the rec center, and who else? Trevor the Juggler will be performing. We've got
what a lineup.
African dancers and drummers coming, and then, that's just a few mentions of who's going to be here, yeah.
That's so exciting. Is there a place on the web that if someone's watching and they want to get more information, they can go to find out more?
Absolutely. HyannisOpenStreets.com. We also have a Facebook page, which is Hyannis Open Streets. And we're updating it as soon as we get information as far as who's participating.
Wonderful. I know this is taking place. Tell me the date and time, of course, and then I have a couple more questions for you.
Okay, it's going to be April 23rd from noon to 5, and we're going to do it again. We're actually going to do it 4 times this year, which is really great for us. And we're going to do it again on May 21st.
So exciting. So mark your calendars. I can't wait. What you've described sounds like so much fun. I'm counting the days. Can't wait. Thank you both so much for joining me and telling us all about Hyannis Open Streets and where we can find more information. We really appreciate it. My guest today, Deb Crow. She's the president of the Greater Hyannis Civic Association, and Jane Walsh. She's the owner of Redfish Bluefish, as well as a board member on the Greater Hyannis Civic Association. Sandy Neck Beach will get a little extra love this spring. That's thanks to a big cleanup effort. We're going to learn more about the cleanup with Natural Resource Officer Sean Cordes. So Sean, Sandy Neck is hosting a beach cleanup tomorrow morning. Tell me a little bit about this event.
Yes, that's correct. So it's actually going to be Saturday morning, the 22nd. And we're going to be starting that at 9 o'clock a.m. And it's an event that we do every year, so we generally have a couple of beach cleanups each year, one in the fall and then this one in the spring. This is always a great event here at Sandy Neck. The Massachusetts Beach Buggy Association is a huge help in sort of organizing all of this and getting a lot of volunteers to participate and sort of have a good time out there. So there's a couple of things that we do with this cleanup. So many of the people that come out are members of MVBA, and they, sort of set their campers up and are there to wake up sort of bright and early and get right to work on things, which is awesome. So one of the big things that we do is we actually set up all of the dune fencing for the public beach for Bodfish Park, which is excellent. It requires a lot of work and a lot of bodies to really efficiently get that installed. And, with everybody working really hard, we can generally do that.
Yeah, and that's just to protect. That's just to protect and make sure we don't have a lot of, or to try and prevent some erosion on the shore.
Yeah.
Yep. I had no idea that the beach cleanup, that you guys did that during the beach cleanup. I assumed you'd just be picking up trash and some other things. So interesting to learn that you're also working on erosion issues as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, it's a big help, and certainly it helps with the erosion, not only in helping to collect sand through the way the fences are installed, but also in just keeping people out of that sort of fragile habitat, which is another wonderful benefit of it.
How long does that process take, setting up all that fencing?
So it depends upon how many people are there, but generally we can get all of that work done by the morning, which is tremendous, because it involves installing a whole bunch of 2x4 posts before even getting the fencing on, and then wiring all the fencing together. And it can be a lot of fun. It's hard work, but with everybody sort of working together as a team, it is sort of a good activity out there. I always enjoy it.
Do you have a lot of Sandy Neck beach lovers, just your loyalists who always head to Sandy Neck? Do you have a lot of those people taking part in the beach cleanup?
Yeah, certainly. We have a lot of sort of recurring members and patrons and everything else that come to participate year to year, which is excellent. So there's usually, like I said, a pretty great turnout from MVBA, from regular off-road vehicle beach users, from people that just hike every day. But it is open to everybody, so it happens to fall on what I think is a really cool time this year. It's actually Earth Day on Saturday as well. So anybody that's sort of looking for something to do, maybe trying to come up with an idea in a way that they can help their community out, this would be a wonderful event. You can get to, hike around on Sandy Neck, which is one of the most beautiful spots in Barnstable, and help clean up the environment and sort of keep it pristine and well protected, which is awesome.
Yeah, what a cool coincidence falling on Earth Day. Also, it's a great opportunity for students who may need some community service hours. This actually would count towards those. Yeah, definitely. And that's, certainly I want to stress that it's open to all ages, from kids to adults. We're happy to take any help that we can get, and certainly, this would be a great community service opportunity. Is there anything that participants need to bring with them? Do they need to maybe bring a pair of gloves? What kind of clothing should they wear? Might be a little bit chilly. We don't know about the weather, so any advice for people who want to participate?
Yeah, definitely. If they have gloves or anything like that they're comfortable using, that they want to bring with them, then that's definitely recommended. That would be great. We do provide rubber gloves though as well, and we provide trash bags and all the sort of supplies necessary in order to do a successful beach cleanup. We'll have a few staff members working that day that'll be patrolling back and forth, helping to collect any heavy bags of garbage so that they don't have to be hauled all the way back. Oftentimes this is a great part of the year as well, because the winter storms have basically ended, so a lot of the larger storm debris that hasn't been collected yet, we're able to get off the beach as well.
Wow, so such a cool program. Remind us again, you're meeting at Sandy Neck Beach House, or at the Gatehouse, at 9 o'clock Saturday morning.
Yep. Yeah, so it'll be Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. You can just, there'll be someone at the Gatehouse. So anybody that's interested, if you just let them know there, we'll probably be congregating up in the parking lot, and we'll have all the supplies up there as well. And we'll get everybody set up and good to go. And I think it'll be a good time. The weather looks like there may be a chance of maybe some rain. It might be a little chilly, but, it should be overall a good day. Certainly warm clothing, maybe a pair of hiking boots or something like that for the soft sand would be recommended as well.
Awesome. Great advice. I wish you the best of luck. I hope you have a great beach cleanup, and I'm going to cross my fingers that you have nice weather on Saturday. We really appreciate you joining us today, and look forward to chatting with you again in the near future.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very
Thanks
much.
so much. Bye-bye. My guest today, Sean Cordes. He's a natural resource officer at Sandy Neck Beach. Kids still have time to sign up for spring recreation activities. We're going to learn more about that with Recreation Director Patty Machado. So Patty, a very successful weekend last weekend. You had a lot of events. You had the extravaganza.
Oh my gosh, so unbelievable. We were packed.
Really?
We were packed.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah. A lot of people showed up at 10 o'clock. Starts at 11, but
they were ready. They were raring and ready to go.
We had a lot of stuff ready. We didn't have everything, and you know the magic balloon man wasn't there yet. But boy, he makes some amazing things. I don't know if you've ever seen some of the things.
I haven't.
He made fish, he made rainbows, these are unbelievable what he made, but it was really cool. It was a fun day.
Love seeing families get out there and enjoy.
Oh my God, the kids were
activities.
so cute. And the kids that are afraid of the bunny and chick, and then you backing them in, and then all of a sudden they realize with the bunny and chick, not too happy.
Yeah, but those are always the priceless pictures that you have for the rest of your life. Like, look, one day you were actually scared of the Easter Bunny. Also, you had the Patriots Day race. That was Monday. Lots of kids participated in that.
And it was hot. It was the first time, I don't remember in a long time, that it's been actually really warm, and it was an enjoyable day, and the kids were, they worked hard. I tell this story, George and Maddie Noonan's son, Flynn ran, and he ran around the track, and he had so much fun, he went and ran again.
So cute.
Bye, Mom!
Oh, he's so adorable, that little guy.
Yeah, 3 years old on his own.
Yeah, he's like, I'm ready to go.
Loved his medal, but...
I was going to say, probably pretty proud of that medal.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Very exciting. And you have some news for us today. You have a brand new staff member starting today, a new aquatic director.
Yes, I can't wait to get him here so that he can introduce himself to everybody. And yes, the aquatic/recreation program coordinator. So he will, he is certified to take over the beaches. We do need a qualified lifeguard trainer and water safety instructor. So we now will have that besides myself. So I can start to turn the reins over to someone else to take over the lifeguarding and making sure that everybody's qualified and understands the safety and can run the drills in the morning and be in full swing. So we'll be doing a lot of training this summer and preparing him to take over completely, but very excited to have that position filled.
And he comes with a lot of experience as well.
Well, he ran the sailing program, so if you're hearing the word, his name is Tim McGrath, and he has worked for the rec for 14 years. He's coached, he's been a beach supervisor, he's ran the sailing program. So if you're hearing the name and you're going, I know that name, you've probably seen him around. He worked at Craigville, he worked at Veterans, he worked at Calmus, he's done the full gamut at the beaches, he's helped out at the gates, so I feel really confident with him taking over because he really has a good knowledge of what the operation is. And he grew up here, which always, I always say, Jack here taught us well. David Curley and I were both told, always hire, anytime you have the opportunity to hire from the town of Barnstable to fill a town of Barnstable job, you always try to do that. It's what's best for the community because they really care about the community.
I think that is an awesome way to run things.
Yeah.
They have the inside knowledge. Obviously, he's been involved with the Parks and Recreation Department for, like you said, 14 years. So you have that institutional knowledge that'll really enable him to hit the ground running.
And the networking that he already has in the community, especially in the swimming world, because he's also been a swim coach for Barnstable High School. He helped out Sandwich High School. So he's been really involved. He was in the swim team himself here in Barnstable, and then at Bryant University. So I'm very excited to get him on board. We had some really good candidates, but I'm very happy with the choice that we've made.
And also want to talk a little bit too, lots of activities are starting.
Oh, yes.
So if you haven't signed your kid up for a spring activity yet, you still have time to do so. And those activities are going to begin soon.
Yeah, lacrosse, spring sports, and flag football all start, and soccer start Monday. Tuesday of this week. So you still have the weekend to go online and register, or you can come down today or Monday and sign up. But we do have activities, a lot of them start. And we're also pulling together a girls softball program, so if you're out there and you're in the under 4th grade, we're looking to get a softball program running.
How cool is that? Very
Yeah.
exciting to hear that, and very excited to hear a little bit about your spring sports activity. This is just it's almost like gym class after
Yes.
school.
Yeah.
Lots
Yeah.
of different, these kids are gonna get to try lots of different sports.
Yeah, it's very different. It's not all in, flag football's flag football. But we try a lot of different, we've done, when it's raining, we've come inside, done volleyball and medic, and outside we've played kickball, we played wiffle ball, we do flag football. We try a little bit of everything, and so kids get a chance to actually learn a skill that they can actually take home and play with their friends.
I love it too, and like my son says, his favorite part of the school day is gym class. So this is like gym class after school. So
That's cool.
Pretty awesome
Yeah.
opportunity for these kids. Thank you, Patty, for stopping by and
great.
telling us everything that's happening in the Recreation Division. We really appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Our guest today, Recreation Director Patty Machado. Now let's find out what's happening around town in today's community calendar. The Cape Youth Orchestra will perform at Cape Cod Community College next week. The show is called Inspired, and it will feature music by the Cape Youth Orchestra, Debut Springs, and Winds in collaboration with local artists and art students across Cape Cod. The event will showcase original 2D and video art inspired by the music itself. The concert will be held in the Grossman Commons at Cape Cod Community College. That will be held Monday, May 1st from 6:45 to 7:45. It's looking a little more like spring. The Hyannis artist shanties were moved to their summer home at Bismore Park earlier this month. The popular attraction allows residents and visitors to meet Cape Cod artists and to watch them work along beautiful Hyannis Harbor. These shanties will open Friday, May 5th for the summer. The shanties will be open Friday through Sunday through June 11th, and then will open 7 days a week, June 12th. To learn more, you can visit artsbarnstable.com. Well, we don't have any meetings here at Town Hall on this Friday, so keep an eye out for the schedule next week. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We're going to be back Monday with another great show for you. On Monday, we will chat with Food Services Director Dave Bideau. We'll hear from Cape Cod Community College Communications Director Michael Gross, and we'll find out more about the upcoming gala to raise money for the Duffy Health Center in our community profile. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.